Good morning, first graders. My name is Miss Loftman, and I am one of the first grade teachers, and I am going to be doing a foundations lesson with you today. And I know that you all had foundations in kindergarten, and you are all experts at your letters and your letter sounds. But in first grade, we start the year with a little review. So for the next couple of weeks, we're going to be reviewing letter sounds and really focusing on how to make our letters correctly so that when you are writing your letters correctly on the lines. So the first thing we're going to do today is practice our sound cards. And I know that you've seen these before. So why don't you just read these with me as I point to the sound card? We'll practice saying those sounds together. So here we go. A, apple. A, B, bat. B, C, cat. K, D, dog. D, E, ed. E, F, fun. F, G, game. G, H, hat. H, I, itch. I, J, jug. J, K, kite. K, L, lamp. O, M, man. M, N, nut. N, O, octopus. A, P, pan. P, Q, queen. Qu, R, rat. S, snake. S, T, top. T, U, up. A, V, van. V, W, wind. W, X, fox. X, and fox has X at the end of it, not the beginning. Y, yellow. Y, and Z, zebra. Z. Okay, great job on those. Now I want to show you this guy right here. His name is Echo, and I have a real Echo in our classroom, and he looks like this. He is a puppet, and he echoes what the teacher says to practice saying sounds or words. So today we're going to practice echoing some sounds. So this is the first letter we're going to practice today. So I will say it, and then you'll echo it back, just like Echo does. So it's my turn. So I will say T, top, T, and then it's your turn. Let's try it again. T, top, T, and your turn. Great job. So T is one of the letters we will focus on today. The next letter we'll practice today is B. So I'm going to say it, and then you'll echo it back. So here I go. B, bat, B, and your turn. My turn, B, bat, B. Your turn. Great job. And here's the last letter we're going to practice today, and this is the letter F. So it's my turn, F, fun, F. Your turn. And my turn, F, fun, F. Your turn. Great job. All right, so today we are going to practice how to make these letters correctly. So the first letter we're going to practice is the letter T. And here's what's really special about the letters T, B, and F that we are practicing today, because they are all letters that we call skyline letters. Because on our foundations papers, there's different lines. The top line is called the skyline. The middle dotted line is called the plain line. The bottom line is called the grass line, and underneath the grass line is the worm line. Some letters go down to the worm line, not very many, and some letters begin on the skyline, and some begin on the plain line. But today we are doing all three letters that begin on the skyline, so they are called skyline letters. So we're practicing T today, and put my pen. T begins on the skyline. So if you see this top line is the skyline, we're going to begin on the skyline. We're going to come all the way down to the grass line, and then we stop at the grass line. And then we pick our pencil up and we go to the plane line and we cross it on the plane line. So I want you to take your not your pencil, your finger, and as I make the T, I want you to trace it with me. So put your finger on the skyline and then come all the way down to the grass line. Pick your pencil or your finger up and then come over to the plane line and cross it on the plane line. Now take your finger and do it again. Start on the skyline, go down to the grass line, pick your finger up, go to the plane line, and cross it on the plane line. That is T, T, top, T. And that is how we're going to make them today when we practice on our papers. The next letter that we are going to practice is the letter B. Again, B is another skyline letter. So we're going to start the letter B on the same line that we started the T. So we're going to start on the skyline. We're going to, let me get my pencil on. We're going to start on the skyline. We're going to come down to the grass line. And then we trace that line back up to the plane line. And when we get to the plane line, we stop and go back around to the grass line. So let's try that together. Take your finger and put your finger on the skyline. And we're going to go down to the grass line and then trace that line back up to the plane line. And at the plane line, we're going to go around to the grass line. So try with just your finger again and trace the B that I made. Start at the skyline, go down to the grass line, and then up to the plane line and around to the grass line. That is the letter B, B, bat, B. All right. And then the last letter we are going to practice today is the letter F. And F is another skyline letter. So we're going to start the letter F right below the skyline, and we're going to come up and touch the skyline. So we're going to start right below, touch the skyline, go all the way down to the grass line and stop. And then pick your pencil up and then come over to the plane line and cross it just like we did with the T. So take your finger and put your finger right below that skyline. Go up, go all the way down to the grass line, pick your finger up and cross it on the plane line. And that's F, fun. All right, so we're going to practice those letters again, but we're going to do it this time with our finger in the sky. So I want you to stand up and I want you to put your hand out like it's a pencil. Okay, so put your hand out and pretend that your finger right here is a pencil and pretend that it's on the skyline. And we're going to practice making a T together. So your finger's on the skyline, and the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go down to the grass line and stop, and then pick your pencil up or your finger and cross it on the plane line. So do that again. So start at the skyline to the grass line, cross it on the plane line. Again, this is our T. Skyline to the grass line, cross it on the plane line. Skyline to the grass line, cross it on the plane line. All right, and now we're going to practice our B the same way. So stand up, and we're going to take our magic pencil finger, and we're going to point it at the skyline, because our B starts at the skyline, and we're going to go down to the grass line. And then once we're at the grass line, we're going to go up to the plane line and around to the grass line. So again, start up at the skyline, go down to the grass line, then go up to the plane line and around to the grass line. One more time, skyline to the grass line, up to the plane line and around to the grass line. And your last letter that we're practicing today is F. So take your finger. We're going to go up to the skyline, down to the grass line, and cross it on the plane line. Again, go up to the skyline, down to the grass line, cross it on the plane line. Great job. So the three letters we practiced today, T, B, and F, are all skyline letters. Now, to practice that, you will need a pencil and you will need to find your workbook page that looks like this. It has a giraffe on the front or your worksheet, and it says Unit 1 on it. So find that packet, and when you find that packet, you're going to open it up, and you're going to see the page that looks like this. And it has the three letters that we practiced today, T, B, and F. So you're going to take your pencil and they have little dots that show you where to start making your letter. And you're going to start on that dot. You're going to start at the skyline and you're going to go down to the grass line and cross it on the plane line. And then when you make your B's, start at the skyline, go down to the grass line, and then come up to the plane line and around. And your F's are going to start and go around to the grass line and cross them on the plane line. So I want you to make some awesome, your very, very best T's, B's, and F's. And then when you finish that, you're going to color these pictures down here. If it begins with an F, it's going to be red. If it begins with a B, it's going to be blue, and a T is yellow. So you're going to do those for our letters for today. And then on this page, which is right next to it, you're going to write a B, an F, or a T in all the missing spots. So like bat, if it begins with B, you're going to make a B, but it has to be a perfect B, the way that we practice, starting on the skyline, going down to the grass line. It can't be a capital B, and it can't be a capital T or a capital F. It has to be the lowercase letters that we are practicing and that we have practiced today. So once you finish working on those two pages, your B page, your B, T, and F, and the page that has the B, F, and T at the top, you're going to take a picture of that on Seesaw, and you're going to send it to your teacher so that we can all see your B's and your F's and your T's. And I hope your B's are beautiful and your F's are fantastic and your T's are terrific. And that is the end of our foundations lesson today. So I hope you all have a wonderful day.